welcome back to another video. I'm InTheVoid, and today we're doing a slightly different video. As you can see, and hopefully you know from the title, we're actually going to be doing a sort of like mod showcase thing. Today's mod, well, I say today's mod, I mean like, the mod we're showcasing is the Epic Fight mod, which I'm going to first go through with a load of the different animations and things that it changes, and a few of the different height things, and then all the things it then adds to the mod, and then we might even do a a little fighty thing with a few of the mobs, sorry, which have been slightly edited with this mod. Okay, let's go. So first of all, we can go through and say how the walking animation has changed and the idle animation has changed. So now when you're idle, you sort of like have this, you slowly move up and down, and you also have your legs slightly apart, and it also gives you the a slightly bent arms, like a bit more like realistic basically. And then the walking animation is a lot more realistic, where you have like your arms bend and like your legs bend and things, and yeah, so if we just show you, there you go, you can see the knees, and it kind of adds knees and elbows. Second of all, we can show that when you shift, when you're just sort of like idle and you shift, then you sort of like kneel down, and when you walk, you sort of like do that. You know, like if you're like a spy or a secret agent and you're creeping through, you have that kind of walk, which I kind of like how that is. Then jumping has a different animation. You sort of like jump up, and then falling, that's like, yeah, it's like your arms spread and you fall down. So there you go. Then I can also show you running, which it just makes it a lot more realistic. If I was to turn view bobbing, then you can see how the running is a bit more fluid, I think. And so yeah, it's quite cool how they've changed a load of the animations, and from the front, the running is cool as well. It's slightly odd how you run, but it's quite cool actually. Then flying is literally just walking through the air and stuff. There's no special like flying animation. So when sort of like when swimming, like when you're falling in water, you have this sort of like I think it's the same animation as for normal falling, which your arms spread and your legs spread. But the most interesting thing is the new swimming animation. It's a lot more fluid, and it just looks so much better. The only problem is you can probably see how the head acts a bit funny when swimming. There you go. And I think there's a few model glitches, like the bottom of my head, it looks all weird. I've checked, my skin isn't actually broken, it's just like the it's slightly weird on how the skin has been set into into the new animations and stuff. So that's the only thing. And that's swimming. Then when on a strider, you sort of like your legs slightly spread, and if I go like that, you can just about see. It's a lot easier to see on the horse. Also, I think the strider's meant to look with you, but I think it's slightly bugged with the player model. But yeah, so that's how the strider looks like. And then it's a lot easier to see on the horse, because you can just about see there that the legs actually spread around the horse. And so it's a lot better. The horse's animation doesn't change at all though. It's just like a normal horse. So yeah, that's I think all the animations. Now the player model is actually 2 blocks tall. Well, actually just slightly over 2 blocks tall with this mod. but that doesn't actually affect anything. It looks a bit weird when you go inside a block, as you when you shift under a block, as you see. And then when you unshift, normally you should just stay in the shift animation position, but it doesn't actually do that, and you look very odd because your head goes inside the block. But that's basically the only problem with the shifting and the underneath block thing. So we'll move on to the features of the mod, apart from like animation and stuff. So first of all, if we get the sword, axe, and pickaxe, there is a function where you can turn on sort of like fight mode, if that makes sense. So if you see in the bottom corner there, hopefully you can zoom in on that, you can see that there's a there's a person sort of like rolling over, and then a sword with a sort of like moon crescent shape. That's actually to show the different things. So we'll talk about the rolling in a minute, but if you just normally attack, you then have like a few special attacks now, and you sort of like move forwards while doing these. And then if I hold left click, I do a special attack. Same with the axe, special attack. Most of them is the same. The pickaxe, you see that the light doesn't, the blue thing in the bottom corner doesn't actually show up. It's showing there's no special attack. But while in this mode, you can't mine. I'll show you. Like, you can also see your character, which I think is really cool in this mode. But if I try to mine the block, it doesn't work. I'll have to take this off to then mine. So yeah. Also, when mining, you have a new animation, which is sort of like your fist is just like punching. I think. Same with the sword. I think the sword, yeah, the sword's the same, and then the axe is the same. And so that's the normal equipment tools and what the special attacks they can do. One sec. And the netherite hoe and shovel don't. Well, the hoe and shovel don't actually have any special abilities. It's just like the pickaxe. They're just other tools, because they don't really class as like a weapon. They don't have any special abilities, so that's what happened. They just act like normal tools. So yeah. Now into the sort of like modded items that have been added. So there is there's three new weapon types, where two of them have all the other versions of it, and then the third one is actually its own special thing. So the first one we'll talk about is the great sword, which actually has some effects on it. So it has 16 attack damage, so better than the netherite sword, and it also has 0.95 attack speed, so it's quite slow. It's also a two-handed weapon, and it decreases your speed by 0.2%. It has a chance of hitting 5 enemies per swing, with 4.9 impact and 20% armor negation, or that word. So basically, as you can see, you get slowed down when you hold the greatsword. And then it's actually got its own sort of like holding position. And then if I activate these like fight mode, then you can see how it's got some special attack. And then the special attack it can have if I hold left click is spins as you go forward. So that's quite interesting. But if I was to quickly get a sword or something, and put that in my offhand, you can't actually see it. It just sort of like disappears, and I can't use it. So yeah, and you can fight with that, and it's really strong. On to the next one. I don't know why I said on to the next one. It's probably best if I show you the abilities it has. The great sword, as I told you, has all those special abilities and stuff on it. And how to craft it is with 6 netherite ingots, or diamonds, or iron, or stone, or gold, in a crafting table with any type of plank, and that will get you. Actually, I can show you. And that will get you the greatsword. So if I put this in here, we can turn that off, and if we put it into the crafting recipe, there we go. Netherite greatsword. So that's how you craft it, and it is the same for every single. So the next one is the spear, which has 8 attack damage. So I think that's either the same or slightly less than a sword. It has 1.2 attack speed, so it's, I think, makes it quite fast. I say quite fast, it's, yeah. It also has better range and stuff. It can only go in your main hand, so you can't put it in your, you can probably hear that, you can't put it in your offhand. And it can hit 4 enemies per swing with 3.1 impact. I don't think it slows you down, no, it doesn't seem to. And it has quite a reach to it. And if I show you what it looks like, normally it's a bit weird, but then if I activate fight mode, then you can sort of like, it does that. And then if I hold down left click, then you have a special ability where you swing above your head. Now, if I put a netherite sword or something in my offhand, it can have those in the same hand, and it sort of like does a punchy thing like that, where it's like sticks it forward. It pushes it forwards, and then if I hold left click, it does 3 pushes forward, I guess you could call it. And so that's what it's that's the thing that it does. Now, what's interesting with the spear is that to craft it, you just need a sword with 2 sticks, and you can create the spear. And you'll see why in a second why I don't have the netherite one in. And there you go, there's the spear. Because I like how you can sort of like see the sword shape there. It's quite cool. But I don't think there's actually a crafting recipe so far for the netherite spear. Because if I was to get a netherite sword and I put it into a crafting recipe, then you can see it doesn't actually create anything, which is very odd. So I don't know if there is a crafting recipe for it. If I type in chat/recipe, give InTheVoid, you can see there's not actually a netherite spear listed here. There's diamond spear, golden spear. If I type netherite, then there's no actual crafting recipe for it here. So I don't know, but yeah, so there's no netherite spear listed here. So I don't know if there is crafting recipe for it or not. You can't get it through using the upgrade tool thing in here. It didn't work using the diamond spear, so I don't know how you get it. But yeah, there's the same recipe for all the other spears there. So next up is the katana, which has this quite nice like holding animation, which if you don't touch it, if you don't do anything for 5 seconds, then it actually puts it in the holder, which I think is quite cool. And when you walk, it sort of like has a run animation, I think, with it. And then if you take it out, you can hit, and it's like, yeah. And then it's got quite a nice sound to it. It's a bit odd when you don't have the fight mode activated, but once I activate the fight mode, then it's got a a really nice animation when hitting with it. It's actually quite strong. It has 6 attack damage, with 2 attack speed, hitting 2 enemies per swing with 1.1 impact. It's two-handed, which means you can't have anything in your hand, and there it says, if you don't touch it for 5 seconds, it will reinforce your next attack by putting it in the slot. And yeah, the special attack it has is a thing like that. It sort of like puts it in the holster and then does a fast release, I guess you could call it. So that's the katana, I guess. Now, it's quite an expensive recipe. It's 2 netherite ingots along with an iron ingot in a crafting table to create the katana. And there you go, this katana. And yeah, that's how you craft it. There's no other versions for it. So yeah, that's the katana. Now next up is this skill book, and I have no idea how you use it. It doesn't combine in the anvil with anything. If I take greatsword, put it in there, doesn't do anything in the anvil. Not even with the sword. It doesn't do anything as far as I know. So yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, you can put it in there. It doesn't do anything. So there's a skill book. In survival mode, actually, when you hold the greatsword. When I'm in survival mode, and then if I go into survival mode like that, you can see down in the bottom. It has a 0 in front, and I don't know if I can fuel that out with this. No. You can hear I'm clicking it. If I put it in my offhand, does it work? No. It's just, as far as I know, you can't do anything with it. And I don't know how you increase that number, actually. With how to... Yeah. I don't know if that's your level or anything, but, yeah. That's the, skill book. As far as I know, it doesn't do anything. It says roll. I don't know how you roll. Chuck it, doesn't work. I don't know. So that's the skill book. So you may have noticed this guy floating up here on his own. This is a stray, as you probably could see. He's just, yeah. He's there because this mod actually adds in like stray armor, which if I was to put it on, I have the stray armor on. And as you can see, it looks a lot like the stray, as it is the stray armor. And yeah, it increases. I think it takes your weight off, and so if I get netherite greatsword just like that, I think if you see, this is my normal. So this is my normal speed, as you can see. Then, if I put the armor on, this is my speed after that. I'll do a quick clip, without, with. See, I think it's probably faster. But then if I move around with the greatsword, it's quite slow. I don't know if it then means you're slightly faster with the greatsword. I don't know if it increases your speed by anything, but it might do. So yeah, that's the stray armor. And so here we have a few of the mobs which are affected by the mod, where you can see the Enderman. If he moves, you can see he actually his sort of like things bend as well. There you go, his legs and stuff bend. I quite like how the wither skeleton's holding the sword. I think that's quite cool. How he sort of like drags it behind him, and then the zombie, he just like, yeah, he's a bit more fluent in how he moves. Sorry, fluent is words. Then the pillagers, or the illagers as I should call them, their sort of, like, cloaks and stuff, like the main man here, his cloak actually moves along with the along with how he walks, which I quite like it, and I think it's quite cool. So, and then the Mr. Man here, his normal stance has been changed, and I think it's quite cool. And then this, I think he's the Vindicator. His axe is slightly bugged because it's sort of like in his shoulder, but that's another one of the few like bugs which shouldn't be too bad actually. It's a really good mod for as far as I know. Now, if a few mobs actually change when they die. So the Enderman, when you kill him, he sort of like does a special. Then like the Pillager, if I just kill him here, he sort of like falls on the floor like that. And the Creeper is the same, but it looks a bit weird when it happens because the legs all sort of like fall together. So yeah, that's sort of like the mobs and what happens with the mobs. Now, earlier I talked about rolling, and in this mod it adds this like a rolling feature where you can like roll out the way of things, and it works through blocks because you can but you can go through one space holes now, using the roll feature, which I think should be just a normal feature of Minecraft, to be honest. But you can roll, and here I've got barrier blocks so you can see the animation. So it's got the swimming animation again for the crawling, but that's the crawling animation. So yeah, it's quite cool. And just showing you, there's actually there's no extra like animation for flying with a rocket. Your head like it goes a bit funny with it, but there's no special animation for that, sadly. So yeah, I think now I'll have a quick sort of, like go in survival with the netherite armor, which is here, and I will try and see how long I can survive against all of these mobs. So let's go. So I'm gonna take the netherite greatsword, the diamond spear, and the katana, and I'm not going to be using the netherite spear because I feel like there's not actually like a crafting recipe for it, so I don't know if you can actually get it in survival, apart from perhaps getting it off like a mob or something. So I'm going to leave that there. Along with the stray armor, you can only get that, I believe, by killing strays. I think that's the only way of getting it, but yeah, okay, let's go. So I believe these are all the mobs which are actually affected. Oh well, these are a load of the mobs which I thought were okay that get affected by the mod. So let's go. I'm gonna give myself saturation. So okay, here we go. I think we'll start off with the hoglin because I think those are quite hard to fight. So here they come. We'll start off with however many this is, I guess, and let's go. I believe I can just about hit them there. I guess we'll create a sort of like montage of this, I guess, type thing. Also I forgot to say that bows and crossbows actually have a special extra thing in this with this mod. So if you're in F5 and you have like a bow, you have this like green line which comes off of you, which you can sort of, like use to shoot at where you want to go. The same with the crossbow. It has a really cool loading animation. Same with the bow, and you can do that. And in normal sort of like viewing, then it kind of can destruct your screen view, but yeah, it has a really cool animation. So let's get back to the thing. So there we go. That was that was hard work, to be honest. Yeah. There was lots of fighting I had to do there, using a load of the different functions. And I was actually using arrows of harming, which when I had to fight like the husks and things, it didn't help a lot. Considering it just healed them, and you probably saw that when I was fighting the wither skeletons, that I was shooting them and they were just healing straight back up again, because I was hitting them with arrows, which actually helped them. So yeah. Okay, well thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you getting to this point. And if you want to see more like mod videos like this, then either tell me in the comments or tell me by leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. And the mod will the link to where you can download the mod will be in the description. And I'll see you in another video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And I'll see you in the next one, which may be another mod video, or may just be like a normal video, perhaps bed wars or something. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.